My name is Jordan Crocker, and I'm running for Director of Finance on the UVSS.
And why are you running for this position?
Why am I running for this position? Good question. I think it's because I want to make sure students get more involved with the UVSS. Now, that's going to be something you guys see on the YouTube videos up above and below me. We all say that, but really we need to mean it because we're students as well. So we need to make sure everyone's as involved as possible. So I think getting some workshop programs together. Sorry, I sound like a politician right now trying to say what I hope you would ask me. I apologize for that. But actually having workshops and programs for students to make use of in their real lives, I think that's why I want, it's why I want to run. Because right now I still get the question of what is the UVSS? What are they? What do they do? And that's a big problem. You guys pay $74 a semester to the UVSS so that we can run certain events for you guys. And that's always the response I get for it. So we need to make sure there's some bang for your buck. So in the real world, making a workshop for finances. So bringing in a financial advisor from CIBC, Scotiabank, TD, or a broker, something like that to make sure that we have students going out into the real world with knowledge that you guys need. As well, maybe having a workshop for people that were stressing about midterms all the time. So midterms, grades, money, that's what we really worry about on a day-to-day basis, and it's the way that we can engage with you guys, I think. So one of the ways that we can do that is also facilitating a panel where we have all the course unions get together with their executives, and maybe we do a peer helping session for you guys, just to alleviate some of that stress when papers come around, and there's always that time where all the papers are due at the same time. So that's why I want to run, make sure students are more involved. I think what makes me the best candidate for the position is that I have a good balance of knowledge and experience in the role. So right now, I'm a director of finance for the undergraduates of political science. I'm a humanities student senator. I'm a director at large for the UVSS. That does not sound good. I'm also a fundraising minister for the Model United Nations Club. And I know how the university works. I know how this place works. I know how to get things done. So I think that offers me a good amount of institutional knowledge that I can use for the Director of Finance position on the UVSS. As well, I'm right now a minor in business, so I have a lot of a business background right now. I'm right now playing with the idea of investments and stocks, so I've been trying to read up on that and make myself a little more aware of that side of finances. So I think, again, I have that good knowledge base as well on the UVSS. I should add, I'm right now sitting on the Financial and Operations Committee. I'm sitting on the Sub-Renovations Committee, which are both chaired by Finance. So I know these issues. That's why I think I would be the best candidate for the position. Oh, okay. Right now I'm running with the independents. So that's Justin Whitehead, Jay Taylor, and myself. I ran with this slate because I believe in what we're standing for. Right now, the main message we're trying to get across is get involved, be involved. We want this to be your UVSS, not our UVSS, if that makes sense. So during the campaign trail, I've been saying that, what are your ideas? What do you think we should be doing with the UVSS? What's your vision for it? Rather than me spewing facts and knowledge and this is what we should be doing. So I think that's one reason that I went for the independents. The other reason I went for being part of the independents is that I'm a compromiser. I'm a negotiator. I'm a diplomat in that way. I don't burn bridges. I always make sure that I see both sides of a point so that I'm fair in my judgment and reasonings of a decision. So yeah, seeing both sides, and that way you can make a lot of friends with that, and people really appreciate that. So playing devil's advocate sometimes is the best road to go on those situations, and right now the independence is kind of in between two slates. We can endorse who we like, we can also say what we like and what we truly want for the UVSS, and that's more student involvement. As well, we want to institute town hall meetings every once in a while, so maybe then having those AGMs or those SAGMs, annual general meetings, every semester, having a meeting with you guys every month, talking with you guys on a one-to-one level, and whatever happened to good old-fashioned walking into Biblio and talking with people. What happened to that? Why is it only during the campaign that that's what we're doing? I think that's a big mistake that we're making on the board right now, and something I would like to change, and that the other independents would like to change as well. Conflict resolution. It's pretty busy in the UVSS, and there's a lot of people and a lot of ideas floating around the UVSS, and that creates quite a bit of conflict. So again, I mentioned that I was that negotiator figure, I'm that compromising figure. I like to be in the middle of that road and listen to what both sides have to say. I think this year, being on the UVSS has really taught me that. And it's unfortunate that that's the biggest thing it's taught me, is because of all the drama and all the issues that go on with the UVSS. It's unfortunate that that is the skill I've learned. I mean, I've learned how to talk to the university. You have to learn how to navigate that bureaucracy. It's a fascinating skill to learn, because there's a lot of people that are resistant to change and people that would like to see change. So through right now, I'm negotiating that with my Senate. So I'm right now trying to institute a double minor program at UVic. That's something we don't have, and yet so many students would benefit from it. So allowing them more experiences to go into the workforce and allowing them more opportunities, I think that's crucial. So to answer the question, UVSS definitely taught me about conflict resolution and how to navigate the University of Victoria. The 4 referendum questions, yes. I am for the referendum questions, because I think that the referendums that are going on right now have a lot to say about student involvement. They're really crucial to how we're running the university right now. So the campus community gardens, that's so crucial for a lot of people right now, to use that natural source of food, being able to grow their own food. I think that's crucial, and we need to learn that skill as well. So I think that's a good cause. The food bank, I think I love that cause, because there's so many people that need our help. And right now, as advantaged people, we can easily help them out. I think that's a great cause. And also, it's not raising our fee increases. I love that. I love that idea, because trying to represent students here, again, money is one of the big things that we're concerned about. So to see a fee increase, I would more advocate for changing of resources. And that's something I'm willing to work with the Students of Color Collective. That's something we're willing to work with campus community gardens. Say the referendums don't pass quite right. And this has happened in the past where a referendum doesn't pass because it's raising fee increases, it's raising fees. That's a big problem. So I'm willing to work with those groups for sure as Director of Finance to try and find a way in our budget to make sure that we accommodate everybody, so that we can allow for them to increase their own resources while as not taking from students as well. I know it's like the price of a cup of coffee, but at the same time, it's a cup of coffee for some students, and they're going to take that. The final referendum question, I believe, I didn't touch on Students of Color Collective, but I'm for that as well. I think that we really need to start talking about more anti-prejudiced and anti-racist attitudes on campus. There have been some studies, I know, in the Germanic studies right now that discussed prejudice, and they found that there is still some prejudice on campus. So I think we need to get rid of that and realize that everyone is perfect in their own little way, and that it's not a certain race's fault for what's going on in the world. It's not. I don't believe that's right. Again, fee increases, that's a bit problematic for most students, and for myself included. That's a lot of money that I'm giving out to the university. When I see another fee increase, it concerns me. So, but being Director of Finance, I'd be able to give these groups the opportunities and the resources they need. Finally, divestment. That is the referendum number 1, the big one everyone's talking about. I am for divestment. There's one concern I have about it, and this is going to be a concern that's echoed quite a bit, and it's that I want to make sure students are taken care of first. So I've said that a lot in this interview, but really I want to make sure that students are okay. Inevitably, we are the paying customers of the University of Victoria. So what happens if that divestment doesn't go their way? Who do they ask first for money to get that money back? Because they're not going to lose money. The university will never lose money. They can't afford to do that. So they will be asking students for fee increases, or they'll cut certain scholarships. I'm here because of an entrance scholarship. So if I didn't have an entrance scholarship, I would not be sitting here in this room. So I think that's vital for students, especially for scholarship students, so that they can have the opportunities as well. Argument comes up, well, if not now, when? So I think right now it is a perfect time for divestment. Right now, especially when we've seen the price of oil drop so significantly, there will be a time when it hits par with renewable energy sources, and we only have one planet. So it would be a good time to divest out of fossil fuels. Again, through what I'm researching right now with stocks, I could easily guide the UVSS and help out the University of Victoria because I'm running for Board of Governors. I can easily help them out with any knowledge or expertise I've learned. That sounds a bit arrogant because I know they hire their own financial advisors. But again, it's a student input on that. I think that would be crucial. So for all of them, just making sure that students are okay though. That's again my first priority, my first concern. When the divest question came up to the board, I did vote against it because no one from the divest side of the camp was able to tell me, what will we do if the university reacts in a hostile manner? What are we going to do for students? What can we do? Have you talked with President Jamie Castles? No one was able to offer me a response, but this was in November, October, but no one has still updated me on that issue. I was told it wasn't important. That's not what we were deciding. We were deciding it to go to a referendum. That's all we were deciding. And I think when we're told that students' interests don't matter for the question at hand, I think there's a big problem there.